All right, let's get into the weekly watch report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Woohoo! Weekly watch report. Weekly watch report. Yeah. Weekly watch report. Ooh. Weekly watch report. Hey. That was beautiful. Thanks.
I didn't even want to chime in. You were on a roll. I was just going to let you have that one.
Yeah, that one felt good.
Yeah.
It's a good day. All right. What I watched, all Desperate Housewives. I thought my list was going to be really long because, okay, well, I'll admit it. I watched a movie and it was before I saw everything happen with Mila and Ashton. I watched Ted.
You're allowed to watch.
You're allowed to watch Ted.
I watched Ted, and right after I watched Ted, I saw everything that happened, and I was like, "Damn, come on! Why'd you have to do that?" No, I was just like, "Why?" I was like, "Why?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I watched Ted.
What Happens in Vegas was on TV this weekend. I put it on.
Yeah, like I just was like, "Damn," you know?
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed. You're like, "Why?" You know? But so I watched Ted. And because I just wanted a movie, this is when I was like really struggling. Like I just wanted a movie where I could just like laugh, haven't seen it in a while, laugh. That Ted is honestly a hilarious movie.
Very funny
like
movie.
That fucking teddy bear is so funny. Like genuinely
very funny movie.
Hilarious movie.
Yep.
I also watched Real Housewives of New York City. I caught up on that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not obsessed with it, but it's fine.
Okay.
It did its trick, made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
After watching that, like hours of Desperate Housewives, which could be creepy at times, I then put on Real Housewives when I was alone.
Okay.
Because I wanted to feel safe. And sometimes
that is
reality TV makes
is,
me feel like safe sometimes. So I watched that. I also watched Southern Charm on cable. I didn't go out of my way to watch Southern Charm. I was clicking around on cable and I saw Southern Charm. I've never watched Southern Charm before. And I texted Craig after.
I mean, it is kind of funny because I do think that you have historically played it off. If you have listened to our interviews with any of them, you have played it off like you do watch the show.
Yeah.
And
I'm like caught
that's
up on
why,
like the
you know?
drama and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never actually watched an episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to put this on. There's nothing else on cable. I don't really feel like watching anything else. And I watched like 5 or 6 episodes and then the reunion.
Southern Charm is great.
And it really
new
roped me in.
season tonight.
And I texted Craig in a group chat with you guys and I wrote, Craig, I'm not gonna lie, I'm watching Southern Charm for basically the first time because there's a marathon on cable. Wild. And he just wrote, Rhea, what?
Yeah.
And he said, I mean, I don't care, but you played that off for almost a decade. Which is true. I was like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't shouting it from the rooftops that I never watched Southern Charm.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Wild though, I'm into it. I may watch the new season.
It's a great show.
It is. I may watch the new season. And then, of course, I watched Desperate Housewives. I watched the entirety of season 1. And I also watched some episodes of season 2 last night. And it's a fantastic show. Love Desperate Housewives. Give it an A. Desperate Housewives gets an A. I am getting better at not overkilling it. Like last weekend, I overkilled because I couldn't do anything else. So I just watched the entirety of the first season. The past couple nights, I'm like, all right, let's play an episode or 2.
Right.
You know, let's not get crazy.
Because you rarely make it to the end.
No, and I really
you start one.
Right. There is something with Desperate Housewives though. Like I want to make it to the end, but I do know there's big changes that happen, and I don't know. Like I don't know if I'll make it to the end of Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a change. I don't know. I want to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't commit to it because I didn't make it to the end of Suits yet.
Yeah.
And so I know myself, and it's like I want to make it to the end of Desperate Housewives, but
Are you going to go back to Suits?
so my parents were asking me this yesterday because they loved Suits.
Yeah.
Like they watched all 9 seasons in a scary amount of time. And like we had like a little back and forth yesterday where they were like, are you not going to keep watching? And I was like, right now I'm watching Desperate Housewives and you guys need to respect that. And they were like, well, why don't you finish Suits? And I said, because I got really sick of the same thing happening. And I said, listen, it's my own fault. I know that, you know, I did it to myself and I'm about to do it to myself again with this show. That's why I'm taking it easy. And I think eventually I will go back.
I would love to sit and watch Suits with your dad.
I mean,
I would just love to hear his commentary on the
he
show.
has commentary about everything. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be interesting.
I just find like And I don't know what it is, but I find it, and if it's something that's like bad, getting really bad, like I'll give up on it. But I can obviously watch multiple shows at a time, but I rarely will stop a show like in the middle. I have to finish it.
Yeah. I think when there's so many seasons is when I get like, all right, where like when it gets repetitive sometimes, like Suits, Desperate Housewives, like sometimes you just get like I can 2-3 seasons, I'm definitely finishing a show.
Right.
When there's like 10 seasons of a show, you're like, damn.
Yeah. But that's why you can like space it out.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
I'll probably eventually go back and with Desperate Housewives, that's why I'm trying to take it easy. 1-2 episodes a night where I don't get tired of it. So that gets an A for me. Southern Charm will get, I might get a grade. Southern Charm I was watching on cable. And I don't even know like what season it was. I still think that counts.
You don't even know what season
like I don't even know what, it was old. I was like, so I'm going to give Southern Charm, and now I'm afraid Craig and Austin are going to see this.
People are also thinking, people are going to think that
I'm talking about
the new episode of the new season.
Clarify, old Southern Charm episodes, not sure when.
This is really tough for you.
It is. It's tough. I'm going to give Southern Charm a B.
Did you continue watching after the guy came in?
The show? Southern Charm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
after the guy walked into you just kept watching.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to
that would throw my whole day out. I would just be like, I gotta like go to sleep or something.
No, I continued to watch. It was 11:30
in the morning.
And
take a nap.
I didn't know what else to do. I said, I'm going to continue watching.
Yeah, I think you just got to go on with your day.
You got to go on with your day. You can't not let something like that derail you.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
I got my cry out and I moved on.
Exactly.
I felt silly crying too, but I moved on.
Yep.
So Southern Charm gets a B, and Ted will get a B plus.
Okay.
And Real Housewives of New York City will get a C minus.
It's fair.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm not totally obsessed, and I think their fights are pretty stupid. They're entertaining because of how dumb they are. But yeah, that's what I watched this week.
I need some more like from certain characters, whatever you want to call them. Like I like Sai a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just need there to be more than like she needs to be fed or she's hungry or she's critical of like it's been every single episode.
I feel like she is very critical of everybody else.
Yeah, she is.
I like Jenna. I feel like they're hard on her.
Yeah, I think they're hard on her. Like that is just also a very classic like jealousy thing. Like I think they think that Jenna thinks she's better than them.
Yeah, and I think she's sweet.
Yeah. I think Jenna's been great.
And I think it's okay that she wanted to fly whatever she wanted to fly.
Yeah. And if she wanted to, and if she also like if she did want to get a tan, also fine.
Yeah.
And if she wanted to pay to fly business class,
so let her do that.
Exactly.
I don't think she caused any harm to anybody.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for Jessel a little bit because I feel like she gets an edit that makes her look even more annoying than she is. You know, it's the way they frame things. Like in this last episode, I think it was the last episode I was watching, but they're on this trip and they're opening up about their past, and it's a serious conversation. They're talking about it, and then Jessel starts to tell her story about like her uncles. It's seems like a long-winded story. Seems like she's just a long-winded gal. But the way they edit it, where they were like cutting back and forth, and they're like really making it look like she was just dragging it on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that sucks for her because she like thought she was telling her friends like her life story about her family, and they're like making fun of her for
Right,
doing
like,
it
acting
when
like it's-
yeah,
yeah.
like that it was just like a really long story. But yeah, I like Uba a lot also.
So do I.
I think she's cool.
She has such a fantastic body.
Yeah,
My
she-
God.
yeah.
Well, I'm saying that because she was talking about her boobs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, she does have great boobs.
Yeah. Yep. I watched, so I caught up on New Jersey, not New York. I'll give it a C. I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm watching it, but I'm not like, I catch up on it when I have time. I don't even know what night it's on TV, you know?
Yeah.
Like I open,
Throw it on when
I
you-
open
right.
Peacock and I'm like, oh, I missed a couple episodes. Let
Yeah.
me catch up.
Yep.
Salt Lake City, I watched the new season, episode 1. Bravo casting just really does their job, you know? They brought in a woman, and now I'm spacing on her name already. I only watched the first episode. I think there's 2 out now, or maybe 3 now. I don't know. A new cast member was a witness in the Jen Shah trial.
Yep.
So she's coming in, she's like, I've heard a lot from Jen about these women, and Jen never had nice things to say about anybody. So that, you know, that's an interesting spin.
Yeah, they
I
know what
like
they're
it.
doing.
I like it. I have a soft spot for Salt Lake City. I don't know. Sometimes it's just really so absurd and funny that it's just, once again, like I just think those ladies take themselves like way too seriously. It's just not all of them, but a few of them. Like you just gotta lighten up.
Yep.
Like Meredith was really upset that Whitney had said to Page Six that she was like making fun of her and her husband, that they were like in the tub together, and she was really fucking mad. And Whitney's like, it was a joke. Like it's just, you know, the little things that really piss them all off. I'll give that first season, I guess it's season 4, episode 1 is the only one I watched. I'll give it a B. I liked it. I'm ready to go. Ready for a new season. I'm more invested. Mary's back. Oh, God, just the weirdest, truly the weirdest person I've ever seen. One of the weirdest people I've ever seen on reality TV. I don't know. She is just bizarre in a fascinating way, but also just like, I would
weird.
be terrified to be in the same room as her. I watched all of the second season of Selling OC.
Really?
Yeah. I watched the first one. This goes back to like when I start, like
Right.
I watched the first season, I was like, I gotta watch the second.
Okay.
I watched the second.
Is this show good?
I liked the first season better. The second season felt, I don't know, it's the same as Selling Sunset. Like I watched Selling Sunset and I enjoy Selling Sunset, even though I know it's a lot of it is just fake,
Yeah.
super fake.
Right.
And that's kind of how I watched Selling OC. And I don't know, there was more of an interesting dynamic with the Tyler guy who was married to Brittany Snow and like Alex Hall and like what was happening. And I like Alex Hall. And it was just, I don't know, maybe things have changed or they play it up for the camera, but Alex Hall is just that girl that you really like, but she will play it up for the guy that she likes. And you're like, oh, I kind of wish she didn't do that. Like, I like her as a friend
Yeah.
to the rest of the girls, but I'm like, this girl is so in love with Tyler and will not admit. She's like, we're just best buds. We're just best buds, you know? And then they share this moment at the end of the season, but it meant nothing because they're doing interviews and they're like, oh no, like,
Yeah.
we're friends. Like, it just feels like, I'm like, okay, you knew what you were doing. It's like, new storyline, whatever. I think. But it was just a lot of the same fights. Like they were arguing about the same thing the whole season. Kayla came in with a real chip in her shoulder, which was fine, but it was just like kind of a lot. I like Brandy a lot. I think she's one of my favorites. I think she did not want to get involved in the drama at all and then ended up getting involved in the drama and is maybe like wants to be on the show, but is also like, this shit is really fake and I don't like to be involved in all this fake shit, but here I am involved in the fake shit.
Yep.
And then she gets frustrated. They brought in a new woman who like, oh, so organically she's going to be a new agent, but she doesn't even have a real estate license, but like she's going to join the group. And her name is also Alexandra. There's 9 million Alexandras, but she goes by Allie. And they just said, give us another Chrishell. Like copy paste Chrishell. Southern girl, getting into real estate, excited. Like they look the same.
Really?
They literally look the same. I gotta try and find a picture of her. Like totally same look. And she's like talking to Jason, and I'm like, Jason's gonna love her because she looks just she looks just like Chrishell. Look at this woman's Instagram and tell me she does not look exactly like Chrishell.
Even from like what you just showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the same person.
Yeah. That is funny. Wow.
Like, and she lives in
definitely
Nashville.
looks a
She's
lot like her.
Southern.
Yep.
Like she's got the whole vibe of like,
She definitely has a
you know,
Chrishell vibe.
humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Now she's taking on real estate and on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. All right, casting, just deciding. Because it's just, that stuff is never, the real estate, and you know, these people work for sure, but there are other agents that obviously work at the group, the O group,
The Oppenheimers.
that are working and not on this TV show, you know? So she comes on and she's like, oh, you know, I'm interested in getting into real estate, but like I don't have my license and I've never sold a house before. And they're like, oh, let's
really
put her,
interested in getting
let's
into
put her
reality
in OC,
TV.
Yeah, let's put her in OC where the real estate is so fucking expensive. Like they're selling million dollar homes.
I don't think that's legal.
Like, no, well, she's got to get her license before she can actually sell a home. But yeah, I mean, you fly through this show also. It's like 8 episodes. They're 30 minutes. Like you can literally watch it in one night. Like you just kind of, and it's on and you're paying attention, but you're not really paying attention.
Right.
I'll give it a C. It's just like, you know, I enjoy, it's fine.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. I do like to see that OC real estate though. Those houses are stunning.
Insane, yeah.
Which is a fun aspect. But yeah, I don't know I can't get a read on this Tyler guy also. I'm like, good guy, married to Brittany Snow, divorced. He doesn't like want to be in the drama, but I'm like, what are you doing with this Alex Hall situation? Because you're playing it up a little bit. And he knows she loves him.
Right.
You know? Like they're trying to act like he doesn't, or she's trying to act like, oh, I don't know if we could take that next step. But so maybe it's just all fake, but the way it comes off on TV is that if Tyler were to say, let's fucking elope tomorrow, she'd be like, where do I sign? Like that's the vibe it gives. I don't know if that's real or not, but that's the vibe it gives. Yeah, that's really all the thoughts I have on Selling OC. What else did I watch? I watched 2 episodes of Only Murders. Just catching up. I've missed a few episodes. I watched 4 and 5. Great. Give them a B+. I love this show. I also love this potential Jesse Williams, Selena Gomez romance they got going on for this season. I don't know if there's going to be any twists or what's happening, but you know, there's a twist around every corner. You don't know what's going to happen.
The show is full of twists.
It is. And justice for Martin Short, but very funny. Steve Martin's had some very funny moments in these last those 2 episodes also. They did this like white room concept. Did you watch that one?
No, so I watched last week. I watched a couple episodes. I think I'm 2 behind now, or maybe 1 behind.
Oh, so then you definitely did watch the white room
I?
episode. It was episode 4. There's like 7 episodes.
Oh, okay, no, I'm behind. I'm like more behind than I thought. Then.
Yeah, I think 7 just came out this week.
I have to watch like 4, 5, 6, 7. I think.
Okay, I won't give anything away, but like they did this. It's the idea that Steve Martin has to perform this song, but he has like a mental block, and it's like this actor's concept called like the white room, where for stage performers, you just go on stage, you basically black out, you have like no idea what's happening, and then it ends. So it keeps happening to Steve Martin while he's trying to practice this song, and everyone's watching. They're like, and he has no idea what he did, but it's, you know, it's the stage is ruined and like everything's all over the place and they're all average. Very funny. Funny bit. Loved it. Thought it was funny. I watched the first episode of, I believe it's called Welcome to Wrexham, the docuseries on Wrexham, the football club. That's Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. I always say his name wrong. Run in Wales. To be honest, I didn't know that there was a whole first season. I thought that this was like a brand new show. That's my B.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like it was like
I don't know.
a commercial, so many commercials.
I don't
for it
know.
when it
I
came
just
out.
feel like I was just seeing so much promotion for it now that I thought that it was new, but it's the second season. And I'm just jumping in at the second season. So season 2, episode 1, I very much liked it. I'll give it a B+. I love a good docuseries. And
Oh wait, so you watched season 2, episode 1?
yeah, I mean, I don't
not
need to
gonna
go
go
back
back?
to watch season 1. I know what happens. Like I've heard about it. They did a whole recap at the beginning of season 2 about all of season 1. I feel like I get the gist, you know? And when you watch a docuseries that like is more dated, it's just not as interesting. You want to be more up to date with what's going on. So I'm just jumping in for season 2. Love me some Ryan Reynolds. Just really do.
Who doesn't?
I also watched Lords of Dogtown for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, this was a Joe request. He came home and was just like really in the mood to watch Lords of Dogtown. And he knows it's one I've never seen.
Yeah.
Watched it. Good, fine, good movie.
Yeah.
Feels like boy vibes.
Yeah, it's a
Not a lot of dialogue. It was kind of hard for me to follow at times, which I may have just have not been fully paying attention. But I'm like jumping around. I'm like, wait, now these ones are famous. These ones aren't famous. I'm like, what's happening? But not, like I said, not a lot of dialogue. Good movie though. I'll give it a B.
yeah, that was a big one my brother loved when we were younger.
Yeah. Like not, do I think I'll ever watch it again? No. But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And Suits. I finished the first season. Good cliffhanger. Love a good cliffhanger. Good season 1 cliffhanger. And I'm on to season 2. So because I really enjoyed like it got me at the beginning, and then episodes like 7, 8, 9 I was half asleep. But 10, 11, 12 kind of like roped me back in, and the season 1 finale was really good.
Yeah.
So I'll give that a B-.
Good score.
I never
Yeah.
know like when I'm binging shows like it's just all one season to me because like I don't know. I'm not like, oh, this is the finale. I don't
you don't
even
look
know.
at the screen.
No, I
when
don't
You don't
look
ever
at it
look at
anymore.
the screen,
No.
or when Netflix says like you're
Next
moving on to
episode?
the next
Like, I was
season.
watching-
Like when season 1 ended, Netflix, the screen pops up and it's like time to move on to the
Yeah.
next season.
I don't think it says that.
It definitely does.
It just goes. And I was like, oh, look at Mike. He has a whole new haircut.
That's pretty much how you can tell the seasons are changing.
Yeah.
Especially
And
with
also,
Friends.
I just have to say, hate it. Hate Mike's haircut. I don't know. It's like the end of season, or at start of season 5, I guess. Like it's like he's trying to do a Harvey now. It's like slick back. I don't like it. It's not you.
Sorry to Mike and his haircut.
Mike's pretending
We
to
have
be
these
somebody
great
he's not.
t-shirts on sale now also.
We do.
They're sitting right
the
there.
Lewis Lit t-shirts.
Yep. Sarah, can you toss me one? Yeah, thank you. You can buy them on the Barstool Sports store. But here they are.
There they are.
It's a very funny shirt. It says, "You just got lit up."
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to my dad when I go home.
Oh,
today.
he's gonna love
Yeah,
this.
he's gonna love it so much.
Is he a Lewis guy?
Yeah. Well, he like has a hate-love relationship.
Yeah,
with
I
him.
mean, exactly that. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brings some comedic
Right.
energy as well, you know.
Yeah.
That's everything I watched this week. I don't think I'm missing anything.
I don't have much. I'm just watching Suits a lot. I'm on season 5 now. And it actually is like, I'm enjoying the last like 10 episodes way more than I was for like the last couple seasons. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some like big.
Yeah, don't
Developments.
spoil
Yeah,
it.
don't spoil it. I'm locked in. I just finished season 1.
Now I'm like itching to get back into it.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about Donna, by the way? I mean, it depends
I like Donna.
where you are, but like where you are in the show, but
I have no
Yeah.
issues with Donna.
Yeah, Donna or Rachel.
I like them both. They're
How
so.
dare you pit two women against each other?
No,
man?
no. I mean, I just don't have a preference on them
Yeah.
because they're both.
They do different things.
Yeah, they
have
like
different
sometimes
jobs.
interact, but like, you know what I mean? From what I've seen,
Yeah.
like,
Rachel's kind of like starting to annoy me more as the show goes on. I'll give it. I'll give it a B. Or I'll give it a B plus. And then I just watched this movie, this Vince Vaughn movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that.
no.
Nope.
So remember when I told you, I think it was on Because We Got High, to watch the movie
Yes.
Shot Caller?
Yes,
And you
yes.
never did.
With Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I didn't.
And it's about like how a normal person can basically go into prison and like he transforms. It's like it's very similar to that movie,
But
This
not
movie.
as good.
This one's not as good. This one's just like way more unrealistic. And Vince Vaughn's like already kind of a criminal, and then he goes in and yeah, it's just very unreal. I mean, he's like killing and beating up everyone in prison. But it's honestly it's a good watch. I enjoyed it very much. And I'll give it a B plus. It was a solid movie. I would recommend. But yeah, you still everyone still should watch Shot Caller. By the way, great movie.
Maybe this weekend. Maybe.
I
Honestly,
don't think
maybe.
it will. I think it'll scare you.
Let me be scared then.
But yeah, that's all I have. I feel like I've been slacking lately.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you have been. Not a lot of random movies thrown in
Yeah,
there.
that's.
I guess I'm just so cool now in my real life that I don't have time.
Right,
for
he doesn't have
shows.
time to watch all these random movies.
Once he dyed his hair, he stopped watching bad movies.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. All right. Those are the things we watched this week.
Update on. I texted Joe, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? He said, why are you also asking me this? And then he said, oh, like all the time.
He said all the
What?
time.
Yeah, but he says Stoicism is built on the ideas of the Roman emperors. Like he reads like the Daily Stoic like every day, and he has the book, and that's very Joe. So I guess that checks out.
I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah,
But if he's reading a book, that's
Like, I
also,
guess-
I'm
Well,
also.
I guess that-
I'm
like, if
also
he's
like, who
actu-
else is asking him this?
Right, he said, why are you also
Yeah.
asking me this?
Who's asking you this?
Yeah, who also asked him that? That would have been the first thing I thought. Maybe somebody at work. Yeah. That is more like if he's reading something that has to do with it, then yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah,
Then yeah, I
yeah.
guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, like, are all of these guys reading something that has to do with the Roman Empire?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. I'm on to them.
Yeah.
But we'll accept that answer from Joe. All right.